Good morrow, everyone. This is CedLove with his Devil's Advocate podcast. Hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day weekend. If not, hope next year goes better. Today, we're going to talk about, in general, it's like 3 topics, but it's all combined to one. Social media, your job, and I would say TMI when it comes to you and either your coworkers, but mostly your boss. Reason I want to talk about this, recently I was just looking at a story where a woman in Texas, she was applying for some marketing job, and the marketing company said, hey, before we actually, hire you or, even like go further with the application process, we want to friend you on IG. Weird. Like, if you work for a company, it ain't that weird for the company to friend you on social media or something like that. It ain't that weird, but you're already working for the company. In this situation, she wasn't working for the company, but they was like, hey, just follow us, we'll follow you, She was like, okay, ain't nothing too weird. She followed the company on IG, and the company now got exposure to her photos, her IG story, her other IGTV, whatever she's uploaded. And at a certain point, they actually took one of her pictures of her in a bikini, not even scandalous, just her in a pool in a bikini, put it on their IG story saying, unfortunately, if you want to work in the corporate world, you should not have pictures like this on any of your social media because your company that either going to hire you or the company that you already work for can eventually find these photos. It makes you show that, you're not an upstanding citizen. So everything I just said sound crazy, right? Sound radical, right? Why does it sound crazy? Because we're in the year 2020 and anybody that's anybody has a social media. What you do with that social media obviously can probably affect, friends, family, your job, stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not even going to deny that. It's all true. But the point of social media is to express yourself the way you want to express yourself. A little bit off topic, but same topic. Obviously, a lot of people, celebrities, or people who are now in the spotlight, when they get in the spotlight, it's always this person did something good. This person is awesome. I can't believe we have another saint in the world. 5 minutes later, people found that this person 5 years ago wrote the N-word on Twitter. Happens. So, anything for social media obviously is there. And if you don't delete it, again, it's there for everyone. Obviously, certain social medias, IG, Facebook, you can put yourself to private. But no matter what, if it's on there, people can find it. So this company who did this basically said this person is immoral. Unfortunately, we don't hire people like this. At a certain point, there was a lot of back and forth. This person wasn't trying to sue them, but she was just letting people know this company, is doing a little too much. And then the company wouldn't really back off their opinion. Okay, as I said, people have a right to their opinion, but it was just more like the picture that I saw, it literally was just her, a normal bikini in a pool. That's it. It wasn't like she was like posing, doing duck face. It wasn't like she had like a margarita in her hand. It wasn't like, half a butt cheek was out or like almost a knit slip. It was a simple 2-piece bikini, and the company who had not hired her yet. So again, these people followed her on IG before they hired her, found a picture and was like, we cannot hire you from a simple 2-piece bikini in a pool picture she had on her social media. That said, the reason I want to bring this up, because in the year 2020, everybody got a social media, and whatever you got on your social media, it could hurt friends, family. But at this point, should it really? Like, obviously, again, there's always like the simple stories that I'm bringing up right now. Right now, as I explained to you, it's not that big of a deal. But there's always the extreme stuff, like the extreme stuff. This person's a Nazi. This person's part of a cult. Who knows? I mean, if it's on social media, a lot of people know. But before you actually get to that person's social media, who knows? So with the current generation, we weren't really taught how to preserve information like that, because a long time ago, if you was in the house by yourself as a child, the phone ring, you either don't pick up or you pick up and be polite, say, thank you for calling, this is the Johnson resident, who may ask is calling, and if it's somebody you don't know, sorry, they not here, beep, hang up the phone. That's what we was taught. 90s, early 2010s, now we're in the 20s. Social media obviously keeps getting picked up. So the stuff when it first came out, people were posting anything and everything they could. Your best friend Karen, you think you know everything about her? Ha 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 ha. You didn't. Because of Facebook and MySpace, you do now. Like, she posting everything. The party she was going to, the men she dating, the slurs that she used on a daily basis, like she'll use that one slur around you, but on MySpace and Facebook, she got all the other slurs. Like, because of the internet, she learned some new slurs. Karen, the person you trusted. So, for my current generation, so, the 20s and the 30-year-olds, as we make our way into the corporate world, yeah, we're going to have some pictures on our social media. We're going to have some quotes either on Twitter or just straight Facebook. We're going to have things like that. But should that really stop us from getting a job? Again, unless you extreme Nazi, part of a cult, believe the earth is flat. If you believe the earth is flat, I don't know what to tell you at this point. Like, science, books, walk outside, it's round, people, it's round. What our current generation, I don't think that really should stop us anymore from getting a job. So I said there's a lot of topics on this, so the too much information part. Yes, if you go to your job every day, 9 to 5, do your job perfectly, earn your paycheck. Every blue moon, you might stay after hours to do, little extracurricular activities. Maybe not even for a bonus, just to make sure you're either not behind on work or, maybe to get that gold star so your boss can notice you. They know you. They know Karen. She's a good worker. But one of the people that follows Karen on social media is her boss. And he sees that Karen was getting lit up on Sunday night. And I want to emphasize night, not Sunday. Not that she had a mimosa. She was hanging on her ladies from like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now all of a sudden she cool. No. She was doing stomach shots at 8 o'clock at night. So that means either Karen got a good recovery speed or Karen's currently at work right now, a little hungover. Whatever. So at that point, is following your boss on social media a good idea, a bad idea? I would say currently I follow 2 of my bosses. And I'm going to say this right now. One of my bosses, the man's a drinker. The man likes to party. The man likes to do his thing. Plenty of times when he show up to work, he got like little wet stains on his shirt. And it's like, bruh, are you still drinking? I mean, I might joke about it with him, but I don't bring it up in front of like everybody. It might just be me and him. And me, I post stuff on my social media, drinking champagne directly from the bottle. Like for my recent birthday on IG, I said 29 facts for my 29th birthday. One of my facts, I explained the first time I threw up when I was drunk. My boss could have saw that. I don't think he did because I don't think he follows my IG stories. But, he follows me, so he has the ability to see my stories, but I don't think he did. At this point, if you are best friends with your boss, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. But if you got like that truly business relationship and y'all might get a beer after work, that's fine too. If you truly want to follow your superiors or even your coworkers online, be prepared. You might see some stuff. So unless you truly come to work hung over, like they can like smell the alcohol on your breath, I don't think you should get fired from the stuff you put on social media. And I put this on everything. Twitter has been around for years. I got a Twitter. I don't really use it. I'm a bunch social media guy, meaning I have a Facebook, I have IG, I have a Twitter, and I'm on it, but I'm never using it. But all of a sudden, that might be 1 month. I'm just posting a lot of quotes, a lot of pictures on Facebook. IG, I might have went on vacation, came back, posting all the pictures on IG. Twitter, for some of my reasons, it might be the election, might be sports, might be something, but I'm on Twitter like for a month. But like I'm a bunch guy. So it'd be rare for me to ever just really post something, in my opinion, that's like that bad. But for Twitter, for the people who's been using Twitter like that for years, what kind of mind space were you in 10 years ago? So let's use Karen, for example. This is not a race thing, just got to use Karen because we talked about it earlier. If Karen is legitly in charge of the homeless shelter of her county, like Karen has done what she can, the best she can, to make sure all the homeless people are fed in her county. In the last 50 years, the homeless shelter has prospered way more because of Karen. Karen, who got 2 kids, making sure they get a good education. Karen, who got a good husband, will cook for him, he cooks for her. Like, Karen's living a good life, got a nice dog, got a nice house, ain't nothing wrong. 10 years ago on Twitter, Karen posted the N-word. Why did she post the N-word? Who knows? She could have been driving down the street and some N-word cut her off. She could have been singing any rap song in the world and say, oh my God, this is my jam. And she wrote the lyric. I don't know. Maybe she should try it out. N-word. So Karen today, not a perfect human being, but the closest perfect we can get, wrote the N-word on Twitter 10 years ago. Now, a lot of people who will find this out was, hey, Karen shouldn't be doing the homeless shelter. She should get fired. Hey, Karen should be raising her children. She's going to raise them racist. Her man should break up with her. Her man should not be dealing with a person like that. It's like, But why? Like whatever's on social media, like it again, as I said, no matter what, even if you're on private, it's there for life. Once you delete it, I feel like somebody can somehow find it. Karen's boss finds the N-word. Does he fire her? Does he send her to some HR class? Like, who knows? I'm trying to make this not too confusing. It's just like, I don't think people should be punished for certain things they put on social media. If you're in a bathing suit and the company you're trying to work for is saying you're like too out there, you're too scandalous, I ain't gonna lie, that's a sign. Don't work for that company because they just doing too much. If you like made your life better, like I'm saying, Karen didn't do all this because she put the N-word. Like, oh, I can't believe I put the N-word on Twitter. Let me get my life better. No, man. Whatever reason she put the N-word on Twitter, that's past Karen. Today, Karen, she ain't touched Twitter in 5 years. The last time she used Twitter, she was like, yo, I got this Arizona tea. It's only $1 at the gas station. Holla at your boy. Why she say boy? Hey, when she quote the N-word, she gonna quote the boy. She gotta quote everything perfectly. That's the last time she used Twitter. 5 years, last time she used Twitter. But 10 years ago, she put the N-word on there. Because of that one N-word, she might get fired. Actually, that's about it. I'll finna list off things that could happen, but she ain't finna lose her kids. Her husband shouldn't divorce her for that. I'm just saying so. She might get fired for that. So yeah, she might get fired for that. How did she get fired for that? Either her boss somehow found that on Twitter, somebody of her coworkers found it on Twitter, or some people who just ain't got nothing to do found the quote, then found the boss, sent it to the boss, and boom, that's that happened. Now, this is something I thought about earlier before I even started this podcast. Yeah, we're adults. We should know better. You shouldn't be Karen posting the N-word. You shouldn't be a black person saying all white people should die. You shouldn't be saying, oh, a chink in armor, and you know you're dedicating that to your Asian friend. You shouldn't do that. We all should have the common sense of like what should be online, what should not be. As I said, when social media came out, we really weren't trained on what to do. Now that years have passed, people should understand what to put on social media, what not to put on social media. Nudes. Don't put on social media. Nudes. Don't put on the cloud. Nudes. Honestly, don't take nudes. I just don't know. Like, you never know when nudes can end up. So that's just me. I'm a fuddy-duddy. I am a fuddy-duddy. Don't take nudes. Want to show nudes? Show it in person. Or send it through snail mail. You'll get there eventually. But adults, we know better. We know better. Children, what do they know? For all you people out there who got children, for all you people who play video games, like online games, and you deal with little children, you should be aware. You should be aware. Little Timmy, 8 years old, playing Xbox Call of Duty, would drop the N-word so hard you think that was his first word. Lil Tony somehow got his own YouTube channel. Don't know how it happened. His videos are garbage. It's him playing Fortnite. It's him playing Apex. It's him playing Minecraft. And somewhere in the video, he will put up 5 fingers, or 4 fingers and 1 thumb, just depends how you want to do it. He will put down his pinky. He will put down his ring finger. He will put down his index finger and put down his thumb. And what's left? That middle finger. It's that middle finger. He will take that middle finger, look at the camera, and he will say it. Excuse me for the language. He will say, fuck them hoes. My name Tony. What y'all gonna do? Y'all can't handle this big dick. Boop. Upload to YouTube. Why Lil Tony do that? Who knows? He wants to be cool. He wants to be like his big brother. He wants to be a rapper. Who I don't even know what Tony, but Tony, with his middle finger, looking dead at the camera, just told you how to feel, told you what to look. And there it is. It's uploaded to the internet. Tony, 8, 9 years old. Don't know no better. But in about 10, 15 years, when he's trying to get a job, when the old fuddy-duddies find him on social media and they see him saying, fuck hoes, I got a big dick, I wonder if that's going to prevent him from getting a job. It shouldn't. He's 8 years old. But at the same time, it's there. It's there. People, y'all don't understand. If people find the slightest thing that you did on the internet, they would use it against you. Obviously, 26-year-old now Tony would say, well, I was just a kid. I didn't know no better. And somebody's going to say, yes, you did. You knew better. You was in the 3rd grade. Was I in the 3rd grade? I knew everything. Like, Then Tony again will repeat like, okay, I'm not you. I was 8. I didn't know no better. I thought it was fun. You should have known better. Your mama should have raised you right. You shouldn't be post stuff online. At that point, Tony can't say nothing because what you gonna argue? It's still like, why is it still there? Again, nobody thinks to delete stuff like that. Tony didn't know no better. What about Timmy? Timmy over there, he ain't said a word. Timmy, I'm not part of this. I'm not part of this. Tony, like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. But because of your video, Tony, you can't work for us. What? Fuck them hoes. Got a big dick. Ooh, ooh. I swear, if I actually were to hear of a company that actually did not hire a grown man because of the stuff he said when he was like 8 or 7, at that point, I wouldn't even question it. I'm like, yeah, that's not right. People just don't know no better. So, of course, in 20 years, when the new generation is now hiring people, if we got fuddy-duddy people like that, I was like, bruh, like, y'all grew up with social media. You should understand way more. Because right now, the people who are doing the hiring and they find stuff like that on social media, it's like, they didn't really grow up with it. Like, yeah, they've definitely been part of it for the last 10, 15 years. But, like, they didn't really grow up with it like that. And, like, in 20 years, with these new millennials, they TikToks and IGs, Facebook really is not as popular as it was a couple years ago. So, I don't think Facebook's going to last like that. If they find something like that, you know, unless it's, like, again, some just extreme stuff, what are they going to care? They're going to look at their social media, look them in the face, look at their social media, look them in the face. So, none of this is going to affect your work, right? Nah. Boom, you're hired. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. If your stuff don't offend a human being and you can get the job done, that's all that matters. There are some people who just really don't want to follow their boss or manager, you know, on social media. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. There are others who follow them, and because they follow them, their social media might die down a little. Like, oh, got this job. My boss following me now. Can't be posting pictures like that. So homies, don't be tagging me and stuff. You know, just saying. But then there are others that might be like me. They don't care. You just post it. I already know my worth to the company. What you gonna do? Let me go? Nope. And I want somebody to say, Cedric, I can't believe you did that. The boss side. He was there at the party too. But he just made sure not to get no pictures. So it's his word against mine. But yeah, so social media at this point, it really should not be a life or death when it comes to your job. Again, if you just still constantly posting like racist stuff online, I still don't think you should get fired. But, you know, like, your boss can, like, unfortunately, we don't want this to be attached to our company. So, one, please stop. Actually, can you fire somebody? I'm like, that's an age-old question for me. Can you truly fire somebody for being racist? Like, yeah, if you're racist in public, you're racist to one of your coworkers, then you're like a disruption to your company. I feel like, yeah, that's like firing. But if you're like in person, you're polite, say the right thing, get your job done, but online you're racist, is that worth getting fired? Like, you might not even be racist to your coworkers. Like, you are good with your coworkers. You are good with your boss. Everybody you work with, talk to on the phone, you cool. But when you get home, you go online, and all of a sudden you just start going ham on Spain. Screw the Spaniards. Can't believe they be running for the Bulls all the time. Them, could you get fired from that? Firstly, I wouldn't fire somebody like that. But just, like, could you? I don't know. I already said a long time ago, the internet, social media, it's ruined humans. It's ruined humans. That's a conversation for another day, which that will be a topic I will talk about. But just like, yes, you have a different persona sometimes when you post stuff online. Yes, you feel like you finally get to say stuff without any consequences. But just more like, one, you probably shouldn't be saying it, but I'm not going to judge you. Like, if you do it, do you? Like, I remember when Barack Obama was running for president, one of my friends, his not racism came out, but it's just more like the way he was just dogging Barack Obama. I was like, nope, can't do it. I did not unfollow him. I didn't even say nothing to him. I just put him on mute on Facebook. You can't do that, people. You can't put him on mute. I put him on mute until the election was over. Once the election was over, he was a good dude. But when Barack Obama was running for presidency, I was like, mute. So if your boss sees stuff like that, it's like, dang, that man a good worker. But I can't have that person. Hey man, see me in my office. Did they do that? It's just like online social media stuff. Honestly, because let me just throw it out there. You might have women that might go to Mardi Gras, might show their titulars. Get them beads, man. How many beads you want? I want 5 beads. You gotta show me them titulars for a couple minutes. Cool. Boop, 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 beads. One, that shouldn't be online in the first place. But two, if it's somehow made online that Elizabeth was in New Orleans doing Mardi Gras and she just showed her titulars and got some beads, wouldn't get fired. Well, they shouldn't get fired. But somehow the company is like, oh, this don't represent our company. It don't. It represents Elizabeth. This ain't got nothing to do with you. When she clock out at Friday at 5 o'clock, she done with y'all. Bye. It's just wild that as much as people love social media, how much it actually still can affect your life. And I ain't even talking about sliding somebody's DMs. You slide somebody's DMs and they take a screenshot, hey, that's your own fault. But if you're minding your own business and you just happen to take a sexy picture for yourself, and you happen to place it online, for who knows, see, for your friends, family, I don't know why, I guess, get the likes. And then your company sees this and say, sorry, this does not represent our company. And they let you go. One, I feel like you probably sue for that, I'm assuming. I need a lawyer to like confirm that. But two, mind your own business. This ain't got to do with work. I will be at work 9 o'clock with my fuddy-duddy clothes on, with my fuddy-duddy glasses, with my fuddy-duddy hairdo. I'll get you that report by 2 p.m. I'm going to take my lunch, 30 minutes like I always do. I'm going to clock out at 5 o'clock. And when I go home, guess what? All that fuddy-duddy stuff is coming off. Time to log on to IG. Mama need her sugar. But yeah, man, that story just got me thinking that social media, it's a thing. I've been doing a thing, but that was wild. Again, long time ago, you actually could not get a job if you had tattoos. That's changed. Nowadays, you get hired in a very professional company that like a suit, tie, briefcases. The person that hired you got more tattoos than you. That's just the world we live in now. There are people who will not hire you because you're in a very, very non-risque bikini. But in that same sense, there might be a corporation where literally everybody on top, CEO, CFO, the other O's, all of them got tattoos. No face tattoos. That's the thing. Still no face tattoos. But everybody got tattoos. And if they sneeze the wrong way, that snake tattoo gonna pop out. You're gonna see it on their neck. He got a tattoo. He got a tattoo. Yeah, man, I got a tattoo too. What? Everybody got tattoos. Now, cool with tattoos, but don't be doing nothing risque on IG. We don't do that here. But anyway, that was just my thought on social media and your relationship with your boss and how social media from your past might still come back and affect you, but should it? But either way, this episode was brought to you by the block/mute button. You ever just got somebody to just keep posting stuff on Facebook, IG, and you just get tired of seeing it, but you don't really want to stop being their friend or following them on the social media? So you just block them. You just mute them. Like, hey man, I know you're still there. I can feel your presence, but the stuff you say get on my gosh darn nerves. So guess what? Block, mute. Guess what, people? It will save friendships. It will save relationships inside your family. Because guess they still following you. They still see your stuff, but you ain't got to see they ignorant stuff. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But to all still listening, this has been CedLove with his Devil's Advocate podcast. Hope you enjoyed the topic, and I'll see you soon. I mean, I don't want to get into this, but we have a current president right now who uses Twitter. I'm not even quoting anything. He got Twitter. That wasn't important. I'm just saying. We got Twitter. We got dogs.